Hello, all my merry makers. I am Becca, and welcome to What You Working On Wednesday. To all my returners, you know what's in store. To all my newbies, thanks for checking me out. What You Working On Wednesday is my weekly projects in progress check-in. Basically, I tell you what I've been working on and what I hope to be working on. And I'll be honest, usually those things don't line up the next week following. I see my son on the stairs. He's probably getting a drink of water. Alright, so I will be honest and say I went a little hat crazy this week. I don't know why I went hat crazy this week. Well, I do know why I went hat crazy this week. As many of you know, I've been going through my inventory, and I've also been destashing a little bit. Move it along. Sorry. Getting him to make sure that he goes to bed because I'm technically videotaping this on Tuesday night. And there's just been a couple of yarns where I just could not see getting rid of them because I was just like, I want to make a hat out of this. So I kind of caved to that a little bit. It's like, you know what? If I'm going to make a hat out of this, let's make a hat out of this. So, I'm going to show you the hats that I made this weekend. And yes, I just said hats, plural. So, first off, one of the teachers at the school is pregnant. So, I made her a couple of beanie beanies. This one I started with pure white and then went to the pink blue variegated. And on this one, I started with the pink blue variegated, added a white stripe, and then went back to the pink blue variegated. And I kind of like the way it ended up, where it looked like the blue was contrasting with the pink. See that? I thought that was cool. So the second one is a little bit bigger than the first one, because if she's anything like me, she might have a little baby, I don't know what she's having, with a big head. And then I made what's called a scrappy hat. So this is scraps of a wool by Barocco called Jasper. And I believe this is technically 10 different colors of Jasper. I did not keep the thing that I had the scraps on because the scraps all corresponded with a specific color. And basically when I got to the end of a scrap, I matched it the best I could with what I felt was the next scrap. And it turned out really well, in my opinion. It is a smaller hat. I think when I put it on my son's head, it reached just over the top of his ears. And he's actually got a pretty big head around, just not very deep like most children. So I would think that this would fit your average sized child head versus my son's big old head. And then, let's see. I have also been working on, nope, it's not in there. The shawl, the oolong tea shawl for my sister. If you guys are following along at all with the oolong tea shawl crochet along, I started with the crochet tutorial with this, but it was very hard to see on the screen. Not only because of the thinness of the yarn, but of the darkness of the yarn. But I really like how this is working up in this pattern. It's going to be gorgeous. So I think this is gonna use up the whole skein of the purple and white, but I'm still gonna have another skein of the purple and white. And then the last thing that I've been working on is again this blanket for my daughter. This is, oh, the shawl is, and there's my husband making bunny ears. Never a dull moment in this house. The shawl is actually made with a cotton mill end cake from Hirschner's. So I'm not exactly sure about color and all that other jazz. But the blanket that I'm making is from Lion Brand Ice Cream. It's a 100% acrylic yarn. Its color is Ubi or Oob. I don't know. I think it's pretty. Plus, it just happens to almost match the colors that are in her room perfectly. I had a thought and now it's gone. I hate that. So, tomorrow, for me, technically, is Wednesday, which is the long therapy day. So, I will be working on the Phoenix blanket tomorrow. I've now made Wednesday my Phoenix day. I'm still inventorying my yarn, so that's putting a little bit of a damper on my crochet time / knitting time, just like it is for Sam. By the way, Sam, if you're watching, thank you again for helping me go through my yarn. So, besides the Phoenix blanket, probably my main focus is going to be this one, because the kids are going to be out of school as well on Friday, and I have found that if I work on anything with too complicated of a stitch, it's not happening, which is why I made so many just regular crochet beanies this weekend. So yeah, so you might see another hat next week or two depending on what happens. And then hopefully progression on the blanket for my daughter. I will be also hopefully posting the tutorial for the cable knit hat, and I also kind of hinted that I'm wanting to do a giveaway with my yarn, but because of time crunches, that might not happen until next week. Sorry. So, I think that's everything. If you liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Share me with your friends, and in the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao.